How you guys doing? Listen, I got another video for you. I actually didn't plan on recording this video, so the audio's just the audio from the microphone coming from the phone. But it came to my mind while I was actually talking to the owners that this is probably something that I think would be valuable to somebody who's watching this video. So essentially, I'm introducing a fearful German Shepherd to my dog, my pit bull. And this is actually Jake. Jake, we did some recall work with him a few videos ago and out in the park. It went really well. They initially hired me for reactivity, but as we accomplished their goals one by one, we finally got to the stage where they wanted to introduce him to another dog. And so this is what fear looks like. I talk a lot about fear. It's a big deal. I see it all the time. Most people that are calling for help because their dog is fear aggressive in some manner. So anyways, I think I just want you to pay attention to the dog's body language and his behavior. That matters the most. I spend a majority of my time trying to talk to the owners about what fear aggression looks like, how to identify it. And I'm just trying to also kind of let them know that, based on their dog's behavior, this is what he's doing, this is what it looks like, this is the cause. And I hope you find the video valuable. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you. We're gonna go ahead and cut right to the video. Cheers. Talk about, but what we're seeing is we just have a big shepherd who's afraid.
This is all fear-based?
It's all fear-based. And that's why he runs and charges and barks, actually. But then the confidence isn't enough. And then once he gets in there, he retreats. And he's like, I'm out of here. This is actually way too much, more than I asked for, right? So yeah, he's just a big scaredy cat. You hear the huffing and the puffing.
But he could hurt another dog, though. He wasn't muzzled.
Well, here's the thing. This is why the muzzle's on him, is because is so that we can gauge the intent to harm, and it's really not there. Here's what I mean by that. Like, he didn't, when he chased after him, he never like pummeled into him and actually tried to go and bite him, right? He got there and he ran.
Oh shit.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought he was trying to really, if he didn't have the muzzle on, he was going to bite that dog.
No, because here's the thing. The muzzle doesn't change his desire to bite. It only protects the other dog from being bitten.
Well, which is the whole point, yeah.
Yeah, right. So this all goes back.
He's coming back to me for cover, that's for sure.
He comes back for reassurance. Yeah, totally.
So do you want me to give it to him or
No.
not?
No. Because we don't want to reinforce what he's doing.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
And this guy doesn't have a care in the world.
No.
He's like, oh, another one of those guys.
Look at his tail wagging. I mean, his tail was just going
Yeah.
a mile a minute.
Yep. So a lot of the leash reactivity that we were experiencing when you guys called me initially, all of that stuff is just, it all comes from the same place. And he's just a big fearful baby.
Tackles are down.
Yeah, because the initial excitement is over,
So we're never going to be able to trust him around other dogs, are we?
Well, I think you can, but you have to be able to see when he's kind of thinking about like the charging and the barking part. That just needs to be corrected, and much in the way that we saw today.
His tail was wagging.
Yeah, because see, here's the thing. He's genuinely curious. He lives with another dog. He's capable of being social. He just hasn't been around enough other dogs.
No, he wasn't.
He's going to the vet in a couple of weeks. And that little vet concerns us a little.
The hair goes back up. I'd probably just muzzle him,
Yeah. We'll muzzle him and put the collar on.
We're going to probably sedate him because she can't do anything with
Yeah.
him.
She wants us to sedate him.
Yeah. He's big, he's large, he's strong. Like, it makes sense,
And she doesn't want a negative experience every time we go there.
Right.
Which,
See, big baby hiding behind dad. And the other dog is just, the other dog is so far away without a care in the world, right?
Yeah. I'd like to kind of pet that dog.
You'll be able to.
Ow!
But we just want to talk about
Yeah.
See, he pushes into you guys to hide. He's trying to hide. If he could bury his whole body in your leg and hide, he would.
So his tail's wagging, so he's curious. He's not.
He's curious. He's curious, but he's unsure at the same time. The fear makes him unsure. Right? That's
How
the
old
thing.
is this dog?
He's probably cooking on about 7 or 8 years.
He's a nice dog.
I don't know exactly. I ended up with him. At my doorstep. So see, he's trying to hide. He's trying to get away from him. He's a little flighty there. He's trying to hide behind you guys to get away from him. Oh, be careful. Oh, sorry. Sorry. He's not much of a jumper, actually.
Both
But.
have piggies.
So this was left on your doorstep, this little boy?
So I left about what? So it'll be 6 years in September. I've been here. So I would say it's like
No.
8 years ago. I was leaving my house on a Saturday morning, and he was just in my front yard.
You came to the right door.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
Cliffy doesn't
So-
look like that.
He's just
I'm
afraid.
standing up here for support.
I know, but you're only 1 foot though.
He's banging the hell out of me.
You see how he hops back. So he's too afraid to do the face to face, and so he hops back, or he hides, or he avoids.
So what is his ears telling you?
Just that he's attentive and he's alert.
Oh,
His tail is down a bit.
Yeah, midways. It's halfway, but it's not tucked.
I see that.
See how he hops around?
Thanks.
Yeah. He's so unsure and afraid. Big giant baby.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah, it
Hey.
is. See how he behaves.
You know, the corrections, that's what I wanted.
See how he backs up? See, he's curious. He wants to go sniff him in the rear end, but then when my dog turns around to say hi, he backs up and he gets like real weary, right?
He's getting there, I think.
See? See? And he doesn't even actually bite him. He's
It's just so big and strong. I worry about the other dog.
yeah, but
I worry about Lily, you know, at home.
like I think if this guy like stayed here after a few days, like they'd be best friends. Yeah.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
If he spent some more time with him,
Oh, that looked like a nip.
that was a nip. Yeah.
Is that Jake?
So I corrected him right there for that one.
Did Jake just try to nip your dog?
It looked
Yeah.
like it did.
Yeah. But but what's important to understand here is that nip is a way of the dog saying like you're making me uncomfortable. He sticks his head in your butt.
Yeah, he's a butt-oriented dog, I guarantee you.
That's where he likes to hide, right? So, but yeah, like he's literally hiding behind you guys because he's that afraid of this dog. And when little Mac gets close enough to him, the pressure is too much, and that's where he like growls and nips. So here's the thing about this though, and this is what I was trying to say earlier. The intent to harm isn't there. He's not trying to kill this dog. He's trying to say, get away from me, you're freaking me out. Right? Like, you're smaller than me, but you're scaring me.
So when we get home, is it worth the risk taking him to a dog park with a muzzle on and an electric collar on? I mean, would we see any gain from taking the risk of disease that can be picked up there and whatnot?
The risk of disease is minimal compared to like the benefits, right? So the only thing about like taking him to a dog park is it might be too much for him because there's so many,
Yeah.
right? I think it would be better for his mental well-being to actually spend some time like with another dog one-on-one like this first, and then as he becomes comfortable, we start to add dogs.
You couldn't do that with.
Because there's this idea of like there's this concept called flooding, which means, you know, if you're afraid of snakes, you just jump into a tub full of snakes, right? And it's the same thing with dogs. We can flood dogs too, but we got to be thoughtful about that process, and we got to determine, like, it's better to evaluate a dog one-on-one like this to see if he's a good candidate for flooding. And based on what I'm seeing right now, I would say probably not. I would probably do one-on-one, and then as he becomes more comfortable with dog one, then I add dog two.
At the same time.
And yes. And then as he's comfortable with two dogs, I add dog three. And I do this a little bit more in an incremental manner.
Because we can do it with Dominique, no dogs.
Yeah,
Keep them muzzled, keep them somewhere.
Yep.
if Dominique would let us, I mean, her dogs are old.
I corrected him because he tried to nip him.
Yes.
Yep.
I saw that.
But again, these are nips. These are not like what I would call attacks. Okay?
Okay.
Like, he's not looking to maul this other dog. Guy's like got a strong muzzle, huh? He's like muzzle punching us.
Yeah.
So
My son's got a Malamute, but that dog is incredibly aggressive
yeah.
and has killed not other dogs, but he's killed
Animals. Yeah.
But then
Or she has. I don't
I
really
don't trust
dare.
her.
Yeah, I wouldn't dare take him to her unless she was muzzled too.
Yeah. So, and I probably wouldn't be a good candidate for him because we want the experiences to be good.
Yeah.
You want a dog like this who's pretty
Very much
submissive.
so. Very much so.
Well, Dominique's.
Are Dominique's dogs submissive? I don't even
I
know.
don't know actually. I know there's a breed-wise. I mean, Pennock was okay with Dominic, but she attacked him.
This one?
No. Pennock attacked Dominic.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him more than Pennock. Not without Pennock having a muzzle on him.
Yeah. So.
And Anthony just said that
Yeah.
it's not a good candidate to have him around.
Yeah. Like, you got to be real selective when we're trying to help dogs that are afraid. Like, the whole goal is to like make the experience as positive as possible. That's like, you got to think of that as your positive reinforcement.
Okay.
Like I need the experience to be good, not bad, because I'm already afraid, and now if I go into an experience that I'm afraid of and something bad happens, that just reinforces the idea that I shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yep, I get it. Yep, I
So-
understand that.
There's this dog park that's quite remote, and there's very few people that go up there. It's sectioned off. Last time I took him up, somebody had their dog was on one side just racing for the ball, and he was on the other side, like mirroring, pretty much making a lot of noise and lunging and stuff like that. But also after a while, he wanted to get the ball, so they were doing that. Is that a good environment, or should I be? Didn't have the electric collar at that point.
And they're not really interacting, they're just
They run-
nose to nose across the fence.
Yeah.
And that would not probably accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Would it?
Yeah. The barrier of the fence makes it a little artificial.
Yeah.
You know, I think if I'm being, you know, as honest as I can be, which of course that's my goal always.
That's what I want.
I think like he'd benefit a little bit more from like a doggy boot camp situation, you know, if you're trying to overcome this. But the other thing that I need to mention about that is, remember, some of this, like, the fear is genetic, so it's not gonna be what he keeps trying to pee on that pole. So just be careful. My dog keeps trying to pee on the pole.
It's his fault. Yeah,
More than it should be.
that's okay.
There we go.
Wouldn't be the first time I was peeped on.
And then just for your guys' own safety, because I know he keeps like slamming himself into you guys to hide and stuff, but if they get nose to nose, like right underneath you, maybe just step back a little. So, because if he does like try to lunge at him and nip at him, I don't want you guys to get like, I don't want him to like ram you with his rear end and like trying to hop back.
Yeah.
Because what he's doing is he's nipping and he's hopping back, right?
Okay.
And so I just want you guys to be careful.
Looks like he's pretty calm right now.
Well, he's getting better because we're going on about 15 minutes now. So it gets better,
stand up against the wall so he can't get behind you.
There you go. See, now he's curious, but look, he backs up because little Max starts a little correction right there, okay? The yeah, but he also lunges forward a smidgen.
Yeah.
So it is just for that only.
But the vocal is him getting zapped, not him barking, right?
It's the attempt to kind of bite. It's like the attempt to nip is what's getting him corrected.
I didn't mean that. I mean the noise is he's responding to the
Correction.
The little bit of the tiny yipe he's doing? The yipe?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's, okay.
Yes.
It's hard to tell.
But he goes like this. He goes, "Ruh,"
Yeah.
right?
So it's both, Lisa.
Yeah. The correction is following the aggression, right? Yeah.
Dad.
Nope, I don't know you. I don't know you.
So this is what it feels like to have a grizzly bear hide behind you, huh?
You just lay on the ground and play dead.
So he's just afraid, you guys. It's really important to understand that, because the thing about fear aggression, the fear part isn't always so obvious when it's attached to the aggression part, right?
Yeah, well, like we told you when we first got him, we thought he was an aggressive alpha.
Yeah. And he's not. He's a big scared baby, right? Big old baby scared wolf.
Putting you to shame, little boy.
It's like, that doesn't fit the breed description at all, right?
I never heard of such a thing before, but okay.
Yeah, the thing, like with fear aggression, it comes in all breeds, right? I think I've mentioned in some of our talks in the past, it's just a side effect of breeding in general. It's not something we are consciously trying to make happen. It just accidentally happens, right?
You get what you want, you may get a few others.
Yeah. It's like you know, I don't know what's a good way to explain this. Like, you know, you have folks of darker skin. They have two babies. One of the babies has lighter skin. It's just a genetic offset, you know? Yeah.
Well, when we took him to the vet for the first time here, she was commenting that he wasn't shy.
Mm-hmm.
She said she sees so many timid German shepherds.
There's a lot.
Like this?
Yeah. I have a whole career of 18 years of doing this because there's enough dogs out there like him.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Like the thing about him though, like, just maybe this is reassuring a little bit, but it's relatively mild. From my point of view, it's mild. I've seen some very extreme fear cases. We don't even call those dogs fearful dogs. We call them fear biters.
Yeah.
Well, and he's not
He's not a fear biter. This guy, he's nipping because he's so uncomfortable. He's trying to say, "Get away from me." Essentially, is what he's really trying to communicate.
And he's not protecting us, right?
Oh, not at all. He's protecting himself.
That's okay.
That's where we stand.
We don't want a guard dog.
No. Yeah, and protection dogs, they're highly trained. Like, he's all. You see how he gets jumpy when he comes by him? Yeah. Hiding behind mom and dad.
He really wants to make friends.
Well, he's pretty good at it. Right, meathead?
Get down. You've seen the camera before.
Yep, plenty.
Rambo.
Yeah, he's about to roll over. Go ahead. What'd I tell you?
Nice dog.
He is.
You clown. He's literally perfect. Like, the only complaint I really have about this dog is, like, he's intact, and this really doesn't have to do with being intact, actually, so I don't even know why I said that. But the dog, he just likes to piss on everything. He's a marker, essentially. He likes to mark everything.
Yeah, I've never seen a pit bull that wouldn't respond to what he's doing to both of my brother's pit bulls. I'm sure would just
Go back at him.
Yeah, they're good around people.
You know, so had you called me 5 years ago, you'd have probably saw my others. All pit bulls.
All pit bulls?
All doing the same kind of work.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was a big advocate for them for a long time.
I've never trusted pit bulls. This one is...
What is this?
This one is...
What is happening?
This is just a...
I have no
an
idea.
attention seeking.
Yeah. Lover boy.
Just
Nice boy.
a people dog.
Yeah. He's super friendly. You know what's funny is when he showed up at my doorstep that morning, I was trying to find his people. I couldn't find his people. And then as he started to hang around, like at the time I had 7 dogs. I was like, I don't have room for another dog. But as I tried to find his people and I couldn't, he wasn't microchipped or anything. I was just like, wow, you're like really good. Like more so than these other knuckleheads. Like those other guys, like they required some training, you know. I had to do stuff with them to make them like be like model citizens. Not this guy.
I wonder if he was just a drop off that somebody didn't want because
It's
he
possible.
wouldn't fight or something.
It's possible.
Did he have signs that somebody tried to fight him?
No. That was a little bit more of a playful gesture.
Yeah,
Yeah. So now the hackles go up just a smidget here. See, he wants to interact. He's just unsure. See, much better now. Little tiny wag in the tail. But the hair stands just a smidget as well on the back, right? So yeah, so what do we take away from this? Well, he's not trying to kill anybody. He's just using aggression as a defensive mechanism because he's actually afraid. And that's how fear aggression works in dogs.
His reactivity is going to have to be trained.
It's genetic because you guys raised him as a puppy. He hasn't had any bad experiences, you know. There's no trauma. This is not a trauma like based case. So that's how we're able to kind of just say, hey, this is a little bit more genetic than it is experience or trauma based. Because I do get those. Like I've had dogs come in here that are fear aggressive with other dogs because they were out on a walk and they got beat up by a loose dog.
yeah.
They got attacked by a loose dog, and that traumatized them. So dogs do go through trauma.
And our shepherd got attacked 3 times.
Yes.
And it wasn't like this. Did not become reactive.
Yeah, because it didn't traumatize him. That's just who he was, right? And so, but yeah, I had another pit bull in here a while ago. He's a regular boarding dog now. But he got tumbled by another dog, like walking on a leash, and then now he was reactive. Came in for some boarding and training, put him around some friendly dogs. He loosened up, kind of came out of it, and then he was able to walk again without being reactive. So that's where training can really help, like a traumatized dog, right?
But this is not trauma.
This is not trauma. This is genetic. So reinforcement and all of the things that we've been coaching you and showing you is really how you keep a lid on that.
Yeah. And that's the goal, is to keep a lid on
100%.
rather than to...
Don't let it express itself, right? He's hiding behind you guys. So yes, because we don't want it expressing itself, because the dog doesn't understand that his behavior is a potential liability to us, right? This is more playful. See, he wants to play, but he's unsure at the same time. Little Mac, he's trying to get him to play. Oh, I can get a sip. A nip there. I didn't correct him for that.
Very well. I don't want to be like
No, he's not gonna hurt him. He's working really hard to like stay away actually. And he's working hard to keep space.
Jake is working hard to keep space.
Jake is confused. He doesn't know whether to play.
Who's working hard to keep space?
Jake. Yeah.
He's just confused, you said?
Yeah. He doesn't know whether he wants to like play or like nip at him and keep him away. That was a nip right there. So I corrected him for that one, okay? Just because we don't want him to continue to keep doing that. We don't want him to think that it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
So, and the dog's able to make these connections, okay? It's cause and effect. This is how dogs learn. It's action, reaction. Stimulus response. So it's and that's the only time we've ever corrected him is for the nipping. That's it. So after enough parents, he goes, okay, nipping's not good. Let me figure out how to manage this stress in a different manner. Beautiful.
I think we're going to take the two of them just for a ride in the car afterwards.
Who's that?
Him and the husky.
Oh, yeah.
The husky likes to ride in the car.
Oh,
And he's good, so he really likes to too.
so I've been down. He thinks it's an invitation for petting, but I'm just trying to get Jake's lovely face in the shot. Hey, bro, I'm trying to work here. I am trying to work. Would you mind? Would you mind, sir?
Those are big heads. They're strong.
Well, anyways, that's probably enough video.